Hi everyone, it's Susan Winter, best-selling author, relationship expert. Welcome to my channel. If you're a subscriber, you know I adore you. Welcome back. Today we've got a great conversation. I am reading one of the video requests that was sent to me about how to date an entrepreneur. Isn't this a great question? I could not wait to answer this. And it is an animal unto itself. Those of you who are entrepreneurs, those of you who are dating entrepreneurs. Now, we're going to answer your questions, and this is from viewer Marie. And Marie writes, "Dear Susan, I wonder if you could help me, please. Do you have any advice as to how to successfully date an entrepreneur? The usual rules don't seem to apply. For example, being too busy to see you. Business took a dive during CV-19. We've spent months apart, but rarely connecting lately, as focus needs to be on his work. Any help would be very much appreciated. Thank you and best wishes, Marie from England." Well, Marie, I knew that right away. You were from England. Your writing is so polite and nice and thoughtful. So, two things I want to do. First, I want to talk about dating entrepreneurs in general, and secondarily, Marie, I want to tell you what I see here that's lying underneath all of this that is specific to you. Okay. Anyone dating an entrepreneur, this is my advice to you. True, exactly what Marie said, normal rules don't apply. You have to, one, love their vision. Love their vision is loving them. There is no separation. You have to understand that anybody with a startup, anybody who is really doing this kind of work, they are all in. It is 7 days a week. It is 24 hours a day. It consumes them. Now, fortunately for many of you, the reason you are with an entrepreneur is because you admire this vision. If you can't get on board philosophically and in a truly emotional connection with what they are doing, at least the fact that it is new, novel, necessary, and needed. If you don't understand their thinking, their drive, and their mind, if you don't understand their passion, you will not be able to weather this ride, so don't even try it. And really, the question then would be why? Besides the money and the fame that they may or may not get, why would you put yourself in a situation where you will never truly be a priority? In the startup phase, yes, it is especially all hands on deck. But what about if you're dating a serial entrepreneur? Then you really have to ask yourself, now really, what am I doing here? A serial entrepreneur, they get an idea, they get on this bandwagon, they do it a couple of years, there's no time for you, then they do this thing. Nothing is really terribly successful. Maybe they make a little splash, they don't. But it's always chasing the next big thing, and then what's unfortunate is it's never chasing you. So this is not something that we want. You have to know, why would you be willing to sacrifice time that is devoted to you? What is it about this person that is so compelling that you're willing to give that up? Because that is part of the glue. Being present is part of the glue that keeps a relationship together. So, dating an entrepreneur, okay? They will always be preoccupied. You must love their vision, and you have to measure why you are with them. The more that you can contribute to this, the more you admire it, the more you can involve yourself in some aspect of their work, that is probably the best way that you can get greater amounts of time. Now, I don't know what you're doing in your life. You need to have an equal and balanced amount of passion yourself. The worst kind of dynamic is if you have a lot of free time, you're kind of self-employed, you work when you want to, and then you've got a workaholic. You're never going to be happy in that. You have to be as preoccupied as they are to make something like this go. Remember, they are in love with their vision. Their vision is number one. You will be number two. You need to ask yourself, is this temporary? Is this permanent? If it's permanent, is that okay with me? Is that really okay with me? There are certain people in this world who are so driven, a relationship is not their primary focus. So I always question the people that are in there. You know that going in. You're never really going to get the time and energy you want. So don't beat them up for it later, because that's the deal. So the reward for you has to be tangible and worth it for you to be there. You have to get so much juice out of this relationship in some other way that it makes it meaningful to you and gives you a reason to be there. And you've got to be just as passionate about something yourself so that you aren't longing and waiting for them to come home and pay attention to you. Now, my dear lady, this is what bothered me about your letter, Marie. This whole thing, we've spent months apart, got it, it's COVID, but rarely connecting lately, as focus needs to be on his work. That is such an overused phrase. How many times have we seen a slow fade and it's like, oh, I'm busy working. Marie, there's more going on here than that. Okay, one is the mindset to date an entrepreneur, and the other is the mindset for you to ask yourself, why are you with a man that gives you so little? I think you can do better, unless there's a whole lot of stuff I'm not seeing here. I think you're worried at the point that you wrote this note that there was a slow fade and a retraction. And I need to have you look at that and stay mindful of that and question always, is that something that I can fix? Is it something that he is willing to work on? Does he acknowledge it? And when he acknowledges, does he feel guilty or bad? And is he making any attempt to correct it? That's where you're going to find your answer. Thank you, everyone. Great question. If you want to write me for video requests, contact page of susanwinter.net. Go to the box that says video requests. Do not write media. We trash it. Okay? That's only for producers and journalists. Go to video requests. Those of you who are already subscribed, fantastic. Join me on my Thursday live shows. If you want to talk to me personally, chat me up on Magnify, or you can get an individual session that is in the consultation segment of susanwinter.net. Thank you, everyone.